welcome back. Welcome back to the episode of You Already Know What, all about the shenanigans. Today's shenanigans, you already know we're about to get into. We're about to dive into the No Jumper, drama. These two pod co-hosts is getting into it. You know what I mean? One of them by the name is Doughboy. The other guy name is Sporty Face. These two guys been getting into it from day one. I'm gonna drop a little bit of gems for y'all. Check it out though. I'm gonna let these other pod co-hosts of their own community describe what happened. You know what I mean? Y'all check it out.
Drewski did it on the Karen chick. What's the Karen chick?
Right.
Yeah. So Doughboy being a comedian, trying
Erica
to be
Kirk,
true
right?
to the
Erica
art.
Kirk,
Erica
yeah.
Kirk. Doughboy trying to be a comedian, being true to the art, said that he would be okay with a white person doing blackface, which is absolutely
Insane.
to say.
Terrible
Even
take.
if you're trying to be like a student in the game to comedy and shit, I'm sure if he had that conversation with Dave Chappelle, he'd be like, "Whoa, slow down, buddy." You know what I'm saying? Then
Yeah.
after that, they got into some conversation about like the N-word or whatever, and basically Doughboy said he was cool with other people saying it, and then he asked Moose, "Are you cool with people calling you racial slurs for Hispanic people?" Moose said no, and then he used that as like a
Which is
barometer.
an odd metric because
Yeah, of
there's
course.
no Mexican racial slur that's used in an affectionate
Of
way.
course,
The same.
of course, yeah. We don't have to rationalize any of this. It's obviously it is what it is.
I'm gonna give them
And
their
then
little
after
points.
that-
I'm gonna get them there. You feel me?
Yeah, and then after that, Spody had called Doughboy a racial slur, basically used by black people to say that you're a race traitor, essentially, like you're doing it up for the white man.
Oh, okay.
He called him
I'm
he called
like,
him
when did this go wrong with a comedian and
yeah.
someone who should understand the funny? Oh yeah,
he
that.
called him a igaboo. If you're familiar with the terminology, he called him that. And,
what?
A jigaboo.
well, we're not supposed to
I always
say it,
hear
but
that, but I ain't know that supposed to hurt you.
can't say that.
It's a very.
you're not
It's
supposed
actually.
to
It's
say
a
it.
super offensive
It's
word.
a super
For
offensive
real?
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just taught me something today.
Yeah. It's essentially along the lines of like a race trader. You know what I'm saying?
But then also it like has connotations of like being like a sellout for
It's
white
an
people or
Uncle
like
Tom.
entertainment.
Well, we say Uncle
But
Tom?
like with
that's what I'm saying.
But
Race
like
trader.
with
I
We
said
can
race
say Uncle
trader.
Tom.
but like with more performance, like
Wait, what's
it's a
wrong with-
super disrespectful thing to say to an entertainer, comedian, any
Yeah.
black comedian or
particular,
entertainer.
yes.
Yeah, like because
In particular.
it has like the quote unquote tap dancing connotations or whatever. You feel me?
So white people
So-
use
Bro,
it
I
against
think-
us to say that like you are embodying like a minstrel show, like they
Correct.
act that way because
Exactly.
the way we depict them is as they are type of thing.
It's it's
So
the
black
caricature.
people-
It's-
I'm not
it's
gonna
the
hold you though, bro.
caricaturized
I'm not
image
gonna
of
hold
it.
you though. I think people putting a little bit more on it than what it should be. Because I think personally, when especially you could see even in Clank, right? Clank is kind of confused.
Oh boy, you got to do better. You got to do better, bro. It was no need for none of that, bro. But anyhow, you took it upon yourself, and you felt that way. Matter of fact, let's let you get into it.
I got other things clearly to be focused on. I don't care about that.
Right.
So because I said that, he called me Uncle Tom. I didn't like it, but I wasn't like offended or nothing. So after the show, I said, "Hey, bro." So next time we shot together, I said, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna come at you about that Uncle Tom shit. Like we're gonna mix it up and have some fun." This is the one when you went home with food poisoning.
Right.
I was super drunk. Like remember how you were on the 24th?
Right.
I was like that on that
Hold on,
show.
pause. You asked him, how long did he do in jail? He said 12 years. You said, I hate that for you. I hate it. I hate that for you.
I hate it because I do.
I was over here sweating by the forehead. I don't know
Bro,
what's wrong with me.
and your ass
but
went
he
home
hated it.
and passed out, whatever. So
right.
in this conversation, now he calls me an igaboo. I don't feel like he's, now that I can see it full circle, I don't think he was trying to like little boy me or nothing, but he's really militant on his stances. And I get it. That's his thing. All right, so cool. So now I'm just like, whatever with that. All right. I really wasn't tripping. Have you ever had somebody say something to you and then you respond? Oh, I'm sorry. And then 2 hours later, you'd be like, fuck, why did I respond like that? I should have
Late
said
reaction?
this.
Yeah.
I hate that. So
Right.
I wasn't overly tripping. Now, mind you, this is all happening Monday.
Okay. You put the hand on your candle right then. Okay. That's your excuse? All right.
Looked hurt. Now I'm hurt. She's like, it wasn't like her tears were welling up or anything. It was just like she had a look on her face that I've maybe only seen 4 times in her life. Because this kid is just like astronomically out the world. Like we never even potty trained her. I bought 1 box of pull-ups, Munchie. I said, hey, Kiara, this is where you go to the bathroom. She was like, okay, Dad. She never even went to bed her entire life. Like this
she a
kid is
baby
just a
genius.
whiz kid. Like she's just, and just to see that look, she was like, Dad, why did he call you that? So it's just like if you walking down the street, you know what I'm saying, somebody walking, hey, Munchie, you a bitch in front of your daughter?
Right.
Like, nigga. So then I just seen red. And so, you know, even with respect to the situation, like, you know, me and Spody have talked and we're in a good space. So I know he knows what's real with me. But
Just
I
recapping.
was just in a dark space. I was hungover from the night before. I hadn't slept in 24 hours. And now my daughter. So this is the first time I ever been called a racial slur in my life by any person. And it's the first time I ever seen that look on my daughter's face. So this is a one-of-one situation. Now I just see red. Now at that point, I want to fight. I want to fight. Like, okay, whatever. Like, hey, bro. And so maybe had I had some rest, had I not been hungover, had that not happened, I wouldn't have responded like that.
Doughboy, you got to get out your feelings, bro. But anyhow, Sporty Face, he had something to say. You know what I mean? 'Cause, matter of fact, I'm gonna let you to go ahead and hear what he had to say.
Or whatever case is, I could see that he was visibly, hurt by the statement, and I can't see why he was hurt by it. If you really know the true definition of the word jigaboo, you would definitely see that. To me, in my personal opinion, he displayed some of those traits. So the next day, I believe we did the 24-hour show. Then Doughboy had came up to me while he was getting tatted by my homegirl, Fetty. Shout out to Fetty 400. And said like, hey, Spody, I have a daughter, and my daughter, she's old enough, and she's seen what you called me, and she wondered why you called me that. And she was like kind of hurt, you know what I'm saying, that you called her that. So you know me, I'm a girl dad. I got 2 teenage daughters of my own. So from that aspect, I sympathize with him. As I can see, I'm ashy, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been washing my hands all day. I explained this in my other video, man. I've been washing my hands all day. I just got done.
Stand-up guy. Stand-up guy. I like that. Shouts out to Sporty.
So somebody sent it to him, like, what? I don't be really looking at it. I go up in there like, he like, yeah, I need a fade and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, a fade? I'm like, because, he a comedian. So I'm like, man, he playing or something. Like, I know you don't want the fade or nothing like that. So he say like, yeah, he want a boxing match between me, da-da-da-da-da. So I told him, I was like, look, hey, I never knew that I thought we already hollered about this. I never knew you was feeling a certain type of way. But if you feeling a certain type of way, I know you're a comedian. I don't know if this is just humor or not, but if you feeling a certain type of way, I'll pull up, bro. Wherever you at, I'll pull up and we could just squabble for free, bro. I'm not even really tripping about that if you feeling a certain type of way. But if you want to do something like organized or, streaming or anything like that on camera, bro, I need to be paid for my, for my, my performance, for my appearance, bro. I don't do nothing. I don't do none of that for free. So he was just like, oh, well, you was in the county jail fighting for free. I was like, yeah, I was fighting for free in the county jail because I had to. Not only I had to, I was actually fighting people that didn't like me or I didn't like them. I have no personal problem with you. I don't even know you like that, brother. For me to even have a personal problem with you, it seemed like as if you got a problem with me, and so yeah, he tried to rationalize about saying I was fighting. I was like, look, again, if you have a personal problem with me, nigga, I'll pull up to you and we could just squabble for free. But again, if we doing anything on camera, I'm gonna need to be paid, compensated for my services. And so yeah, we were just going back and forth about.
I thought they was running the play. You see how they, matter of fact, look, check it out.
It's 28, nigga. Me? Who got the win? What?
I'm gonna tattoo his face for real.
You? He's gonna be crazy. He talking to you. Did I tell you? That's crazy.
Nigga.
I don't give a fuck about all that shit, all them face tattoos. All that show me is that you can take pain, and I'ma inflict pain, nigga. I ain't no little nigga. You talking to? I'm Sacramento, nigga. I'ma inflict pain, nigga. I'ma tattoo your face for real. I got your jigaboo, nigga. I got your jigaboo. You got me fucked up, nigga. Ain't no jigaboo. Ain't no nigga. Cody, you hurt my feelings, boy, babe. I'm not no jigaboo. Man, I'll be damned if I
Whatever happened that transpired, y'all two fall out. It ended up, I guess, Doughboy performing. Matter of fact, let's get into it. He was trying to invite everybody to his little, you know what I mean? Because Doughboy is a wildin' out cast member. You know what I mean? A lot of them dudes on that show didn't even know that. I had to do my, matter of fact, I had to do my research because I remember him. He was a bigger guy, you know what I mean? But shouts out to Doughboy.
Let me just one quick last thing.
Yes, sir.
Did you invite everybody? Because I even see it from this point of view. Like, maybe I'm not able to get everybody in, but you should pull up just to show me love.
Just
like,
show
maybe
love.
Maybe if you're not getting the vibe that I'm gonna get you a ticket, maybe buy a ticket.
just
like,
pull up on me.
kind of like something. He was advertising. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I wanted to make
But that
a
was
moment.
the vibe you felt.
No,
like
because
I'm gonna get you in. For
so watch
free.
this. This is what happened. When I talked to Nick Cannon, he was just like, "Doe, I love what you're doing at No Jumper. Bring some of the homies over there."
Yeah,
so
you
I
did say that.
can't
From the
bring
jump, you said
everybody,
that.
but me and Munchie been working on some stuff. Shout out Spody Face, like shout out Ann Hefe.
Oh,
like,
I heard you left Spotty at the door. Is that true?
We'll
or that
talk
just...
about that. We'll talk about that, and I'm gonna knock that nigga out. But we'll talk about that.
All right.
in a minute.
Go hold that.
But I just was just trying to get everybody, and then when I started, I was like, damn, I might have overextended what I even had because. You know, it was just a crazy thing. But shout out to Munchie B, shout out to everybody. Like I tried to get everybody in, I couldn't get everybody in. But shout out to Crip.
Okay, keep running your mouth, bro. You know what I mean? He a general. He a real one. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Sporty. You know what I mean? Now, man, that ain't even his character, man. So whatever happened, man, I hope it, matter of fact, I hope it ends right there. Matter of fact, let's listen to what Sporty had to say. You know what I mean? Dang.
That wasn't a good comparison. Talking about who unalived who and him snitching, right? And I don't think Big Bang should have said because he a Mexican and told telling is telling, right?
Yeah.
Now, people get killed by their own kind the most. Mexicans kill Mexicans the most. White people kill white people the most, and black people kill Mexicans.
Special
black
guest Spody
people
coming in here.
Oh, what the fuck?
Hey, blood, come on.
You always talk shit on, nigga.
Oh shit!
You already know what time it is. What time I'm on, nigga? When your ass talking, you got my name in your mouth, nigga.
Let's get it out there, nigga.
Fuck what,
Let's get it out there,
Fuck
nigga.
what?
Hey,
Fuck this job in this podcast.
Watch Sporty Face. Man, Sporty Face. Evidently, Sporty got tired of Doughboy. You know what I mean? Got tired of Doughboy's mouth. You know what I mean? Remember, Sporty Face was calm.
Yeah, to Doughboy, man. Yeah, you foul, homie. You should never let that person, you know what I'm saying, put them batteries in your back, you know what I'm saying, and plant them seeds in your head. At the end of the day, I don't even know you. But you popping it, you on the internet popping it, you know what I'm saying, and taking up for wax. So that's how I know he sent you. So you got everything that I wanted to give him. Period. You got everything I wanted to give him. You know what I mean? But I'm headed back to LA right now, man.
Well, what I'm going to say about it, I'm going to tip my hat to Sporty. You know what I mean? You can't keep letting people, you know what I mean, push you around. But I hope these two dudes get along, you know what I'm saying? Patch it up, you know what I mean? And move forward. Thank you guys. Hit that sub button.